Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm wearing the exact same thing I was wearing for my spectacular readathon wrap-up because I literally just filmed that one. I'm trying to film these real quick because I'm losing the light. It wasn't that sunny out today to begin with, and the sun's going down. So let's try to get this done quick. Also, it's Halloween, and I am hoping there's going to be trick-or-treaters. I've got candy ready, so I want to get done and get ready for the trick-or-treaters. Watch there be none. That would be my life. Then I just have this bowl of candy I'm gonna eat. I have no self-control when it comes to junk food in the house. Okay, so getting into it. I read a total of 13 books. No, 12. I tried to read 14, but 2 of them I DNF'd. So let's get into it. The first book that I read was Nixia, wherever I'm gonna put it. And I have a separate video that's going to be posting for that, so I'm not going to get all into any of these really, but I ended up giving this one 3.5 pushinicorns. I liked it. It was good. It was a good time. And yeah, watch my video later if you want to hear more about that. Then the second one that I read was The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, wherever I'm going to put that. That video already posted. I'll link that above. That one I gave 4 pushinicorns. I was a pretty big fan. I wasn't like obsessed, but I was like, this is good. This is really good. Really well written. I just wasn't like super invested in the characters. The third book that I read was my Throwback Thursday pick, Huge. This reread. I ended up giving it 3 pushinicorns this time around. Didn't love it as much as I did the first time. Also, have a video about that already posted. Check it up there if you care. The fourth book that I attempted to read was Wonderful Feels Like This. I DNF'd it. It was a contemporary I got from the library on a whim. I just like, oh, this sounds cute. I started reading it and I was just like, it could probably be cute, but I just was so not in the mood. So literally like maybe 15 or 20 pages in, I was like, nah. I also read Gone with the Wind. This is my Constant Classics pick for the month. And a video will be coming on that very soon in the next few days, provided I can cut the footage down further. I had 32 minutes. I cut it down to 21, but I need to cut some more because what? Oh, I ended up giving this 3.75 pushinicorns. And again, that video will be coming where I talk about it a lot more in depth if you want to know why I gave it that rating. Then I read Red Rising, and I buddy read this with Tom from Tom Talks Books. I will link him down below. We had a really good time buddy reading this. We both really liked it a lot. I ended up giving this 3.75 pushinicorns. I was leaning towards some more maybe. I don't know. Like it's like a solid 3.75. I feel like I don't really need to go too much into Red Rising. It's sci-fi. It didn't feel super sci-fi-ish, so I think it's like a good intro one. It's really cool. It's like a caste system where there's like the special people, the golds, and then like the lowly reds, and then there's different colors in between. And yeah, some of them live out in space and whatnot. And yeah, I don't want to say too much about it, but you've probably heard about it anyway. I wasn't fully invested really in the characters. Again, that's super important for me. It was super fun, great read. I'm very excited to continue the series because I've heard that it does get more, I guess you get more invested in it as it goes. And now we're getting into the books that I read for the spectacular readathon, Team Spooky Zombie. Can I say that any more times in the last week? I have a video I just filmed for that, so I'll link that up above as well. But just real quick, Cheese Sweet Home Part 1, gave this 4 pushinicorns. So freaking cute. Oh my god. This is just about a little kitty that gets lost and then finds a new home, and like him and his little adventures being like a new member of this family when he's a kitten. I want the rest of them. Like, I'm getting the rest of them. I think there's 4 parts 1 through 4, I'm pretty sure. And it was Carla from Carla's Book Bits that had initially talked about this and got me to be like, oh my god, that looks adorable. And she said, yeah, it is. She was not wrong. Then we have Codename Verity. I gave this 3.5 pushinicorns. This is set in World War II, and it is 2 best friends, female best friends. One of them is a spy. One of them is a fighter pilot, or just like a pilot, whatever. And one of them gets captured and is like talking to her captors and whatever, and things ensue, and I don't want to get too much into it to spoil anything, but it was a good read. I really liked the female friendship aspect. It just didn't have that much of an impact on me, and it was very clearly supposed to have a huge impact on me. And like days later, I just wasn't really thinking about it that much, so that's kind of why I went with like the 3.5. Ralph S. Mouse, I gave this 4 Pushinicorns. It's obviously a children's book. It was a reread for me. I read it when I was a kid, and it's just so cute. I mean, this is part of the Ralph series. There were 3 books. There was like The Mouse and the Motorcycle, Runaway Ralph, and then Ralph S. Mouse. But yeah, it's just this little mouse that rides around on a motorcycle, like a little toy motorcycle, and like lives his little mousy life. And certain humans can like understand him when he like squeaks at them. The next book I attempted to read was The Comet Seekers, and I just couldn't. I was a few pages in, like literally like 5% of the way in the book, and the writing style was just not doing it for me. During a readathon, I was like, I'm not gonna try. So I DNF'd. I'll probably pick this up again later though and attempt to read it. Next, I read Binti on my Kindle. Binti is sci-fi, if you were not aware. And it was really interesting, I felt. And I really liked the theme of like the peacefulness and whatnot. And I'm interested to see how it continues. It was just really cool. The world was really cool. 3.5 stars for Binti. It was a novella, so it's like really short, and it kind of left me like, oh, I wanted more. But I did like it quite a bit for it being as short as it was, and I am very interested in reading the rest of them. I think there's 2 more. And I read False Secrets. This was also a reread from my childhood. I gave this 4 Pushinicorns. This is about a girl that's going to a special performing arts school, the Oakland Performing Arts School, and her balancing that part, like the acting that she wants to do with her actual schoolwork, and then her friends that she's making, and their little, middle school things, and all their like big secrets they have. It's like, honestly, it was like cute, funny reading it as an adult. Like, oh my God, the things that like 6th graders think are like, oh my God, this big secret. And then I read Armada by Ernest Cline. I gave this 2.5 stars. This is also sci-fi. Like I said, I've read like so much sci-fi this month. This is the same author that wrote Ready Player One. I have not read Ready Player One. I'm just not super into like the gamer sci-fi stuff. This was a book that came in a subscription box, the Bookcase Club subscription box, and it's super beautiful. Like this cover is so pretty. And then the inside, check this out. Okay. Like, that's the inside of that, and then even the naked cover there is pretty cool. It was written just fine, like nothing was wrong with it or anything, but I just felt like the beginning especially, it was just an info dump of like, hey, look at all these games I know about, and it wasn't relevant to the story, this beginning part where he's just talking about all these video games for paragraphs and pages, and I was like, is this important? Because it wasn't. It was not. Like, the game Armada was important and the Terraforma, but all the other crap they were talking about in the first, like, few chapters, it was just info dumpy and, like, not relevant, I felt. So, yeah, and then it just felt really rushed. All of this stuff, like, saving the world, happened in a day. You didn't get a chance to know these characters, really. The main character, yeah, a little bit. You got some background on him and some character building on him, but like everybody else, it was just very surface level. Yeah, so 2.5, like it was okay. It was fine. And finally, I read The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I know I butchered that. This one, I had seen the Netflix movie and thought it was just the absolute cutest, most touching, like made me cry, like it's so precious. And so then ever since I saw that and I heard it was from the book, I wanted to read this, read it for the readathon, loved it, 5 Pushinicorns. It's so cute. It's different from the Netflix movie because the Netflix movie has like this story inside of the larger story of the movie. So it's different. Like this is just one part of the movie, but it's so cute. It's just precious and like magical. I don't even know how to describe it because it's like so fantastical. So there you have it, 12 completed books. I listened to Armada like primarily on audiobook, not the whole thing, but a lot of it. And then same with Gone with the Wind. I listened to that heavily on audiobook. I'd say 90% of it, probably maybe even 95% of it on audiobook. Nixia and Binti I read on my Kindle, and then the rest were all the physical copies that you saw. Or the physical copies from the library that I don't have anymore. Okay, that is all. I have officially lost all of the sunlight, all the daylight. Sorry if the lighting is just like real yellow and gross and weird. Let me know in the comments below how many books you read, if you completed any readathons or anything this month. There were quite a few going on, like for Halloween and stuff. And if you have any thoughts on any of the books I read, let me know. Thank you so much for your time, guys. As always, appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that freaking jazz. I hope you have a wonderful day and had a wonderful Halloween, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.